All right, welcome to today's episode, Systematic Execution of the Previously Impossible. What am I talking about? Well, what's super cool is that I'm on a bunch of marketing gurus, in inverted commas, mailing lists, as you probably are. If you're not, then as you go along in your business journey, you will no doubt be marketed to. And the godfather of them all is one Frank Kern. I believe 23 years in the game, started in 1999, has come to dominate across internet marketing. Most of the leading people will trace themselves back to Frank. So I've been on Frank's list for a long time. I think I bought my first product from him, which was List Control, I believe as a affiliate sale with Total Product Blueprint from Brendon Burchard. And then I went on and I eventually joined Frank Kern Inner Circle probably around late 2017, maybe early 2018. And I was part of that for about 3 years. So this email came in 2 days ago saying, hey, check out this strategy. Basically, you make a Facebook post and you ask people to comment, and then when they comment, then you send them a message. And this did a lot of money for Frank with relatively little effort. A lot of people said yes to his offer, and it was a cool strategy. It was a cool strategy. The interesting thing to me was that I have seen this strategy given to me, laid out in detail, exacting steps, exactly what to do as part of the Inner Circle. Frank Kern's Inner Circle, it used to come with two magazines. One was describing his adventures in internet marketing, and one was a strategy. And so one time there was this exact strategy. It was like, hey, make a post, ask people to comment, and when they comment, send them a link, and then advertise that post. Do you know how many times I did that? A grand total of 0. Like, I literally just could not manage the relatively simple automation. But then again, I have also paid someone $200 to set up a Zapier for me, which before I knew what I was doing, I was like, look, I need this done. And they're like, well, how much is this worth to you? And I'm like, a lot. And they're like, well, $200. I'm like, fine, $200, set it up. Little did I know that Zapier is relatively easy to do. And just at the time, it was beyond my skill set. Now setting up Zapier is walk in the park. Setting up ManyChat, walk in the park. Running this entire system, this entire process took me about 1 hour. Like literally 1 hour. And not only did I execute on it, but I also built the entire system so that next time I want to use this strategy, it's just deploy 311. Comment, Facebook post to ad. And it's really not too bad. There was 4 processes that I broke it down into. One was create the ad. Number 2, create the comments. Number 2, install the ad and the ManyChat. And number 4, run the ad. Pretty easy, like really pretty easy. But literally when this came to me in 2018, 2019, Frank gave it to me. He's like, here, use this. This is working. This is making money. Do this. Do you think I could do it? No. It was previously impossible. Like literally impossible for me to understand these relatively simple steps. And that could have been that there was just so much mental chatter in my mind, but more likely it was coming up against a whole bunch of belief systems. And those belief systems were telling me that this was risky, that this was dangerous, that this was something that Frank can do, but I could not. And having been in a relatively intensive experience of self-development for a while, just looking at my story after story after story after story, that I took this to the major tool that I use called the Stack. I chucked it in that. Out came the instruction, which was to create the system as well as the post and boost it, or run it as an ad, not boost it, run it as an ad. And then what's really interesting is that I have just started the third chapter of Influenced by Cialdini. Now, this book was recommended by Garrett J. White out of Wake Up Warrior. I bought it. I didn't read it. I have started reading it. I'm like, man, this is awesome. And guess what chapter 3 is about? Chapter 3 is about consistency. The law of consistency, that if I make a commitment to myself, then I will be vastly more likely to go through with that commitment. Now, my commitment is a little bit more leveraged than perhaps many. And that is that I have a 1 year, 365 day challenge, that each day there will be a commitment, and each day that commitment will be executed. So guess what was today's? It was to run this post. And if I don't do it, $1,000. $1,000 to my buddy Todd Smith out of Surreal Cycling. And so not only is there the law of consistency that meets me with commitment, not only is there the habit of addressing the stories in my mind before I even get going on this, but also there's a financial kickback. Now, all of these things mean one thing. What was previously impossible for me to do, even with 3 weeks, 4 weeks of work, nothing ever got done. 1 hour of work never got done in 4 weeks. How can that be? Well, that man from 4 years ago, from 3 years ago, no longer exists. He has been shot, like a lot. I've been through a lot of deaths in this time. Because each of these stories that I go through is part of my ego holding on. And all of these stories were developed, in my opinion, I can't prove this, perhaps you can, as a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old. And as I went through life as a small boy and I learned strategies to keep me protected, I learned what works. But I was also a 2-year-old. I was also a 5-year-old. I am now a 44-year-old male, and yet those stories still come through. And as I go through each business day, it's an opportunity to eliminate one more story and find out that that story was not true at all. It was just a story. And in that, suddenly, the skill sets and the mindsets that I now have allow me to execute on what previously not possible. No hope in hell. Even if let's rephrase it. If I had the balls to pay Frank 20 grand, I'm like, dude, just set this up. And he was like, yeah, no worries. It would have taken him 1 hour, $20,000 for 1 hour, and then it would have been done. But do you think I could have done that? No. That also was impossible. But now I'm beginning to get a whole lot better at all of this execution stuff. Not only the ability to execute once, but to execute effectively the next time around. Why? Because I documented all the steps. I made the templates. I tracked the results. And now I have a system that can be duplicated, ready to roll for the next time that I need to run this campaign. I got it for 9-word emails. I got it for Facebook ad campaigns. I got it for PPC ads. All of these things represented the impossible that are now possible. Why? Because I got a whole lot better. And you can too. You can too. Like, all of this is possible. All of this is possible for you too. There is nothing inherently amazing about me other than I am committed to go daily to war with myself, with my stories, with my past, with my shitty belief systems that are just no longer true, and create something else, something that serves me and enables me to go and create what I know will lead to abundance, prosperity, benefits for my family, benefits for my customers, and benefits for myself. That's all I got for you today. I hope you're having an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode as we continue this journey into the power of systems to create results. See you then.